Welcome to M Squared TechCast.
Hey, it's Matt Roush.
And Mike Brennan.
And we're back with another fun-filled edition of the M Squared TechCast, or as we call it now.
Oh, MITech
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Okay, we're starting off our show today. We got a great show for you, a lot of stuff to cover, a lot of different parts of the high-tech world. We're going to start with someone from my employer, Lawrence Technological University.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding. Yeah, we're missing our shameless plug bell.
Shameless plug bell.
Yeah, that's all right. Jason Barrett, who's going to talk about the Grand Challenges Scholars Program at Lawrence Tech. Jason, why don't we start out? First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. And why don't we start with a little bit about your background? How long have you been at Lawrence Tech, and what are you a professor up there?
Oh, thank you. This is my 19th year teaching at Lawrence Tech in Southfield. Started out as a history professor and worked my way through the tenure line, and then took over as department chair of the humanities department. It's primarily in that role. One of my responsibilities is to bring new programming and develop new programs for our students at Lawrence Tech as department chair, and it's primarily in that role that I've worked on the Grand Challenge Scholars Program.
Okay. What exactly is the Grand Challenges Scholars Program?
So this program is sponsored by the National Academy of Engineers, and it's an educational initiative directed primarily at colleges of engineering across the country. It started just about a decade ago, and there are currently about 60 colleges of engineering across the country participating. Lawrence Tech became a community member in the Grand Challenges 2 years ago, so we're in our second official year of running. And the purpose of the program, the NAE kind of did an assessment of the state of educational engineering education across the country, came out with a series of recommendations, and out of those recommendations they developed this program. The central focus of the program is what the NAE labels the 14 grand challenges facing humanity in the 21st century. So these are sort of next generation technological research challenges like artificial intelligence, carbon sequestration, genetically modified pharmaceuticals, and a variety of others. What the NAE is trying to do with this list of challenges is become a kind of intermediary between university faculty researchers and their students and congressional funding sources for research. So the NAE is listening to Congress, listening to where they want to spend research dollars, and then communicating to professional researchers across the country through the Grand Challenges what fields is the funding sources residing in. And it's a way of encouraging researchers to get their students working on next generation research problems.
So what they're doing is they're looking for ideas on solving the really big problems of the 21st century.
That's exactly right. And they're trying to encourage students to focus their energies and their training in those areas so that we can have qualified engineers and STEM researchers in the 21st century. That's exactly right.
Now, I got multiple emails today from Mr. Matt here. One of the things that I saw in there was actually there was winners named. I'm not sure if there was.
That's right. So Matt was wonderful enough to attend our research poster exhibit, our Grand Challenge research poster exhibit just last week. So what we do is we bring every first semester student their first semester on campus with us, and we ask them to think about where they want to be at the end of their 4 years with us at Lawrence Tech. What kind of research project would they want to be working on, and how can it help advance our understanding and knowledge of one of these 14 areas? So we have every first semester student at Lawrence Tech spends one of their classes, their first semester, designing this research poster, and then we have a big exhibit on campus. We had just last week just about 100 students, arts and science majors and engineering majors, put on display in our Marburger STEM Center building on campus, and we had just about 50 faculty and VIP guests come onto campus and talk to our students about their research ideas. Ultimately, we have a judging piece of this, and we award some winners at the end of the event. That's right.
Okay. So how does this poster exhibit, what role does it play? How does it feature in LTU's version of the Grand Challenges Scholars Program?
Yeah, it's a foundational piece of students' experience with us at Lawrence Tech. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, from the NAE's perspective, this is an initiative directed primarily at colleges of engineering. We're very fortunate at Lawrence Tech both to have a College of Engineering with a strong reputation, but also have a diverse and supportive College of Arts and Science. So at Lawrence Tech, one of the things that's distinctive is our program is directed at both arts and science majors. That's computer scientists, nurses, psychologists, English majors even, and getting them to work in multidisciplinary settings with the students in our College of Engineering. So what is distinctive about Lawrence Tech's program, we are the only Grand Challenge program in the country that allows arts and science majors to complete the requirements of the program. Now, our poster exhibit is to set the foundation for that. That is, on their very first semester on campus, we have them working in collaborative projects with students from other disciplines, and they're developing their research strategies, nurses working with psychologists, working with biomedical engineers, working with electrical and computer engineers, and that's really the heart of Lawrence Tech's mission and our participation in this program. Our goal is to bring engineers working in cooperation with non-engineering specialties so they can understand the real-world necessity that there are very few STEM research problems that can be solved by one specialist alone, and almost always in real-world settings you have multiple specialists working together and needing to communicate with each other. And that's what we're trying to replicate and prepare students for with our program at Lawrence Tech.
You know, when I think of Lawrence Tech, I don't necessarily think of humanities students as in English students and things like that. Are there a lot of them on campus? I always thought it was just an engineering school. So I'm being educated here, you know.
You are speaking our common reputation and the thing we are trying to transform. We've got the last 20 years into transforming our campus to be not just an engineering school, but to be a broader STEM research center. And in fact, the College of Arts and Science at Lawrence Tech has now surpassed as the second largest college on campus, right behind the College of Engineering, and we're very proud of that growth over the last 15 to 20 years that I've been there. We have amazing programs in computer science and nursing, psychology, media communications, all across the board, and you're absolutely right. That is not an association that most people make with Lawrence Tech. They think of engineering, and we've been working very hard. The Grand Challenge Scholars Program is an integral part of our efforts to diversify the university and have people understand the breadth of offerings that we have for them.
Huh.
Well, and that's one of the more interesting things to me about working there is the sort of interdisciplinary nature of it, where you have engineering majors that are informed by the humanities and by the College of Business as well. We have entrepreneurial engineers, more or less, right?
That is at the heart of what we do. When I talk to prospective students and parents, we talk about we are a small school, and what that means is we have to rely on each other. You cannot just hide in a giant department and be surrounded only by professors from the same field. Because we are a smaller university, it's in our DNA, it's in our blood that we have to, that physicists work with biologists, work with psychologists, work with computer scientists, and that's because we have to combine and maximize the resources that we have available to us. So interdisciplinary work is at the heart of what we do at Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, and designers too. I don't want to leave the College of Architecture and Design out.
100% College of Design, and our College of Business is fantastic. So entrepreneurship, that's another element of this research poster exhibit. Students are required to develop a business plan and to understand a little bit about the product development process behind their research proposal. And so the business aspect and the design aspect is critical to what we do. You bet.
So we've got just a couple of minutes left. What would you say were some of the more noteworthy student achievements to come out of this poster exhibit? What were the coolest things you saw?
This is fantastic. It's been a fantastic year. We've got some wonderful winners this year. In past years, we've had students go on to do fantastic things. Our grand prize winner last year, Miss Sydney Ross, had a design idea about key fobs, cybersecurity coding of key fobs. We brought Miss Ross with us to the American Society for Engineering Education, the ASEE conference in Tampa in last June to participate on a student panel with students from Olin University, Worcester Polytechnic, and Northeastern Engineering University. That was a wonderful opportunity for Miss Ross. We've had students in previous years end up taking their ideas. We have one student from 2 years ago who's now a co-patent holder on her idea for a vaginal catheter, and we connected her with people from Medical Innovations in Ann Arbor and talked to her about developing her idea into a real patent. And we've had a variety of other successes. So as I mentioned, this is a first semester course for our students, and what we want them to do is chart a research pathway that then they can use that idea to apply for further opportunities. And that's really one of our end goal focuses for this research poster exhibit.
All right, so if people want more information on both LTU and this particular program, where should they go online?
They should go to the LTU website and search Grand Challenges, and the College of Arts and Science webpage will come up. It's Arts and Science _ Grand Challenges. They can also check out the NAE website, which is www.grandchallenges.org, and they will find Lawrence Tech, a link to Lawrence Tech's website there through the NAE as well. I would be happy to have anyone contact me. I'd be just delighted to chat with anyone interested in the program.
Okay, and that's J. Barrett, 2 R's and 2 T's, at LTU.edu?
That's it, at LTU. That's me.
Okay. Professor Jason Barrett from Lawrence Technological University, thanks for being with us today.
Traditional four-year students love Lawrence Technological University's thriving campus life, but LTU has always met non-traditional students' needs too. Lawrence Tech offers over 100 degree and certificate programs that can get adult students started or back on track. And most of our classes are conveniently offered evenings at our beautiful Southfield campus or online, so you can balance your social, family, and work life even while you power up your career. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.